modifier. There are 3 access modifiers in Python, that is public, protected, and private. And yesterday we discussed a public access modifier as well. So the members of a class that are declared public are accessible from any part of the program. And we discussed this examples here, if you remember. Am I right? So now we are continuing further. So now today we will discuss private and protected. This is, you remember yesterday we discussed? Yes or no?
Yeah, in practical also we have discussed.
Okay. Now come to the private. Yeah. So the member of a class that are declared private are accessible within the class only. They are accessible within the class only. And private access modifier is the most secure access modifier. So by default it is public if you are doing nothing. So by default, whatever you are defining in the class, the member of the class, they are all by default public. Okay? If you want to make them as a private, what I need to do, what we need to do, we need to just add these two line, underscore underscore. We need to just add these two, underscore underscore. Clear? So example you can see. See, in this example, we are having a class. Class name is person. In this class, we are having this. Just look at this. Underscore underscore age. What does it mean? It means age is a member of class person and it is private. It is private. Okay. And this one conventional, this is by default it is public. Clear? Now what we are doing here, we are just writing a method, or you can see the function where we are displaying this age and name. There's no problem with this. We are using a function to set the age. That means when we will call this function, we will pass the age and we can update this age. So self.age will become age. So it is just a function to set age or to update age. Okay. Last one, the display, we are displaying a message and define display method. So this is just a method which is calling this one. See? So just tell me this one, this is a public or private? Underscore underscore display.
Private.
It is private. Underscore underscore display. Okay. Now this is a very good example. See, so I am writing C is equals to person. That means we are creating the object instance of the class person. We are writing C dot print info. C dot print info. Print info. Print info. This is print info. It will give you the age and name. What is age? Age is 17 and name is the Rohit. So it will give you this output 17 and Rohit. This is fine. I think no problem with this. Now next come to this. Now what I am doing here, I am writing C dot name is equals to Rohit Agrawal. Will it work or not? C dot name is equals to Rohit Agrawal. Will it work or not? Yeah. What is the see name is the public or private? See this. See this name
Sir,
here.
it is public.
Yeah,
Name
this
is
this is name is public here. So the name is public. So using the object instance of the class, using the object instance of the class, you can access that data member. Okay, so you can update this one. Okay. Now age is private, so I'm writing C dot underscore underscore age is equals to 20. It will not give you an error, but your age will not be updated. Your age will not be updated. It will remain 17. Name will updated from Rohit to Rohit Agrawal, but your age will still remain 17. So age will not be updated. So when I run this section of code until this point, when I run this section of code until this point, what I will have output? I have this output. This is for first and this is I have this output only. Okay, so here age is not updated. You can see the age is still 17, not updated. Not updated. Clear? Now next, how to update this? How to update this? Okay, so how to update this? What we can do is we can use this thing. It is called name mangling. I have created a separate program for this as well, name mangling. So if you want to update a private member, what you can do, you can write the object instance dot underscore class name dot underscore, or I can, or you can write, this is the syntax here, object instance dot underscore class name. After that underscore private member. Okay, so this is called name mangling. Using this you can now update the age. So whenever I write, I will write this one, and whenever I will print this one, so I will have now the updated age. That means this section of code. Okay, this is clear. Okay, if this is clear, so yeah, clear. Now next, what I am doing here, I'm using C dot set age 21. C dot set age 21. Now come to this function here. Come to this function C dot age 21. This one. Okay, what does it mean? So it will now again update your age. So self dot underscore underscore age will become how much? It will become 21.
सर आप फिर से बता सकते हो आपने वो सेल्फ डॉट अंडरस्कोर अंडरस्कोर एच क्यों करा?
एक में self dot with this one.
Yes.
This one C dot underscore
अंडरस्कोर एज है. आपने जब वहां पे वो init फंक्शन लिखा तो उसमें भी आपने अंडरस्कोर एज लिखा है.
हाँ, क्योंकि it is a private member. This age is a private member. This is, you can see here, this is a private member. So underscore underscore age is a private. So for private member, we need to use underscore underscore sign. Are you talking about this one? Am I right?
Yes sir.
Yeah. See, we are calling this function C dot set is 21. So what does it mean? This 21 parameter we are passing. So that means this parameter is 21. So this parameter is 21. That means this is 21. And this is just the syntax, or you can say self dot underscore underscore age. The same thing is here. Age is underscore underscore age is a private member of class person. ठीक है. So to access a private member, we need to use underscore underscore and then after that the name of the member. Okay. So if you want to update a private member, there are two ways. First is the using the name mangling, that means this one, using the name mangling. And second thing is you can create a public method in the class. Keep in mind, if you want to update a private member of a class, there are two ways. First is the you can use a name mangling, that means this highlighted one, and second one is you can create a this one. Second one is this, you can create a public method in the class to update that. So I have shown you the two ways, both the ways. First one is the name mangling and second one is the a public method of the same class. Okay, so the second one is this one. So using this function, or you can say using this method, we have updated the age. Now we are printing. So what will be the output? Age will be 21 and updated name was, I think, Rohit Agrawal. This will be the output here. So until now it is clear. Until now this one is clear. Hello. Adbit, Debyanshi, Shrey, Akshay, this one is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now the next statement is statement by statement. Now the next statement is c.disp pre-math. That means we are calling this method and this is public. So dis this one. So whenever you are calling this one, it will call this one. It will call this one. So this message will be printed. This is a private method. Just I want to know one question. Okay. Why I didn't call directly this one? Why I didn't call directly this one to display this message? This is a private. Why I did not directly call this display method? Can I write this one? C dot underscore underscore display. Can I write this one to call this? Yes or no?
This is also a private.
Yeah, this is also a private. So this is also a private. So that's why whenever you will write this one, C dot underscore underscore display, it will give you an error. It will give you an error. So to call this method, what I did, I call this method using the public method of the same class. जैसे कि for this age, what I did, I updated this age using the public method of the same class. Similarly, for this function, or you can say that this method, I called this method under a public method of the same class. So what I need to do, I need to write this C dot disprim math. So once I wrote C dot display prime pri math, it will call this one. I hope this will be clear. Okay. So I will show you in the Jupyter notebook. This same example. Okay, yeah. Just check LMS. I have everything uploaded on the LMS as well, so you can access. Okay, private demonstrate. Yeah. Yeah, this example I have discussed this one. Okay, so we are running this example, and you can see this last one. First, same that we have discussed: age, name, no updates, unfair age updated, age updated. Okay, so this is clear. Okay, so the next is the same thing. I also discussed the name thing in the separate page. So what is name mangling is here that I have discussed with you. Python provides a magic band which can be used to call magic band which can be used to call private method. Okay, what is this? Just this one that I discussed with you. Just write the object name, object, sorry, this one, dot underscore class name, and after that underscore name of the private method, private member, sorry, name of the private member. So using this you can have access to the private member as well. So example I have already discussed. One more example is there. One more example. See, in this example I have a class A. Okay, no problem. Function, this is public, no problem. This is private. Yes or no? This is private. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is private. Okay. So now I have created obj is equals to a. That means the object instance of the class, and obj dot help. So I'm calling this one. Okay. And I'm using the name mangling that I have discussed with you. So what is the syntax? Object instance, that means obj dot class name underscore with underscore, so underscore class name underscore the name of the private. So private का name क्या था? This one, func. ठीक है, so using this you can clear. So I will call this and show you the output. See. ठीक है. So where is the error? This one will give you the error once we directly call this function. So this will give you the error. ठीक है, this one. Clear? So this is clear. Hello.
Sir, if you remove this obj dot underscore fun,
This,
so it will remove the error.
yes, then error नहीं आएगी. देखिए.
Okay, sir. So we cannot call the private function directly.
Yes. Either we need to use name mangling or we need to call them from the public method of the same class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then this is fine. One more example, private age student object. Okay, now see. Now next one is the protected. I will upload my Python notebook sheet so you can have all these things there. Okay. Now next one is the protected. Okay. So protected variables or we can say protected members of a class are restricted to be used by member function and class member of the same class. Class member of the same class. This will be clear when we will discuss the example here. So also it can be accessed or inherited by its derived class or child class. So we can also access them by the derived class as well. Derived class, or you can say the child class. We can modify the value of protected variables of a class, or we can modify them as well. Okay. And Python's convention to make an instance variable protected is to add this single underscore. See, so in the private, what we were doing, we were adding two double underscore sign. Okay, but in case of protected, we just need to use single underscore sign. The single underscore sign. Okay, so from the previous example, suppose age is there. Okay, if we want to make it protected, we need to use this underscore age. Okay, it is less restrictive as compared to the private one. Okay, so this we can access them from the derived class as well. Okay, and we can protect member of a class restricted to be used, so we can also use them by member function and the class member of the same class. Okay, this one is clear. We will see the program as well. Don't worry, I will discuss the program as well. Okay. So we can access protected member of class outside of the class, even we can modify its value. But now the doubt that arises is public access modifier follow the same except its syntax. I think you didn't notice. Same for the protected and same for the private. Then what is the difference? Then what is the difference?
Sir, we can use protected outside the class.
See, देखो. Public access modifier, if you remember, follow the same thing. What is the same thing? We can access protected member of class outside the class, even we can modify. I will show you the example. Okay, how we will access them from outside the class. Okay, and for the public, the same thing is happened. The same thing has happened for the public as well. This is the most confusing thing in your access modifier. Okay, for public, the same thing is happened. Okay, but the syntax is different. Then why we are learning protected? So the answer is depends on you what you say. According to my and some sources, protected access modifier are designed so that responsible programmer, they are only for responsible programmer, would identify by their name conventions. So suppose there is some section of code. See, they are working in a team and many people are working on the same thing. So they can use these types of conventions. So this is a programmer responsibility to identify by their name convention and do not require operation only on that protected class. So it is just for the programmer responsibility purpose. And there is no such kind of restrictions that we have discussed in the private. Okay. But when you learn some other programming language like C++ or Java, so you will have a different kind of flavor. Those who are familiar with C++ or Java, they may know it. Okay, so this is the most confusing. If you learn the book as well, then आप देखेंगे कि the same thing we can do with the public as well that we are doing with the protected, then why is the protected in the Python? Okay, so just try to read some book and see what the other books are telling about this. Okay, so coming to the example here. Okay, so I will discuss all the examples that I have created. So first I am discussing this one that is for private. Okay. Just let me know where is the error or what is this. Okay. So we are having this class student. Okay. Now just tell me what is this? Def underscore underscore init underscore underscore bracket self comma age comma name. This is a constructor.
Yes, sir.
This is a constructor. Okay. I am writing self dot underscore underscore age equals to age. That means this is a private. This is a private.
Yes, sir.
Don't confuse this age and this age. I can write here A as well. Don't confuse. I can write here A. Okay. These are just a parameter. Okay. These are not the member of the class. And this is the member of the class. This age. कभी-कभी confuse होता ना कि both the places we are using age. At one place we are using underscore underscore sign. So in the bracket this is just a parameters. Okay. This is not the member. Clear? This one. Def underscore underscore fun name bracket self. Okay, so this is fun name is a private method. Clear?
Yes,
Self dot y, self dot y. So y is a member of a class. Okay, and whose value is 34 once you call this function. Clear? Okay. Now we use inheritance, subject class subject bracket is student inheritance, but in this class I am doing nothing. Okay. Now I'm writing this one obj is equals to student 21 Python lobby. What does it means?
sir. That age is 21 and
This yes, this A means 21 or A means this is 21. Okay, and second parameter name is Python lobby, but I'm not using name in this program in this class anyway. Okay. Okay, I'm just removing this one and just running. It will give you an error. A student object has no attribute underscore underscore age. So this will give you an error. Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Okay, so this will give you an error. Again, if I will comment this and will write this will again give you, I think, error. This because this is private.
Yes.
Okay, ठीक है. अब हमने क्या किया? Just see. I have written obj1 equals to subject. What does it means?
Subject class.
Subject class object instance, and in this class I am inheriting student. I am inheriting student. Okay. So inheritance is used. Now I am calling this one. So can you use this? मतलब इसको run करते हैं. It is again giving me an error. That means from the inherited or from the child class itself, I'm not able to access the private member. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Because obj1 is the object instance of this subject class, and subject class is inherited a student class. Clear? I am again uncommenting this one and see. Again, this I am not able to access. Okay, comment again. Now see. Now the next example. Okay, in the next example, what I am doing here. Again, a class student. In this class, I have a constructor. Self dot name is equals to Rohit public. Self dot underscore age is equals to -100 private. Okay. Class subject bracket student pass. This section of code is I think clear. Now I am creating two objects. First is for the student and second is for this subject. Same as we did in the above program. Okay. I am writing obj.name. Will it give an error or not?
No, sir.
It will not give error. I am calling obj1.name. Will it give error or not? Inheritance.
No, sir.
Inheritance child class. Child class can have access of their parent class, the member of the parent class. Yes. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's why this will not give you error. Okay. Inheritance we have already discussed. Now I am just uncommenting this one. This one will give you error. We have discussed in the previous program as well. Okay. So this will give you an error. And question is, this also give you an error or not?
Yes, sir.
So this also gives you an error. That means the object of the child class itself cannot access the private member of their parent class. Yes or no? This is giving us error. Okay. So I just want to show, but nothing else. Okay, now comes to protected, because I want to show you the difference between the private and the protected. So that's why I discussed. Okay, now comes to the protected. Okay, so the same section of code is there, but this time we are having self dot underscore name. So this is called protected. Protected. This one is protected. Okay? So class student def. I have taken the same example. Underscore init underscore self. And in this self dot underscore name is equals to Rohit. Okay. And there is one more method, that is underscore fun name self return hi student. Okay. And this is inheritance class is equals to subject student pass. This section of code is clear. This section of code is okay. Obj is equals to student. That means object instance of this class. Object instance of this class. And obj1 is equals to subject. That means object instance of this subject. To section of code. There's no problem up to there. Now next is I am just writing obj dot underscore name. Obj dot underscore name. Okay, comment everything. Okay, see, Rohit is there. Rohit is there. The same thing is when it is public. Yes or no? If it is public, then
Yes, sir.
also we can print. But when it is private, it gives for this case. When it is private, it gives an error. Am I right? Oh, sorry, not this one. Name about the age. Sorry, about this age. This one, this one. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so this one, that means you can do this one. Okay. Now coming to this line. This line. obj dot underscore fun name. Okay. So now you are calling protected method. We are calling protected method. So can we call this? Yes, we can call. We can call. देखो. So high student is there. Okay. But when I will just write here, suppose I have edited and double underscore sign. Now it will gives you error. Yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
It's give you an error. Okay. Just remove this. If we will remove this underscore as well, then it will become by default public. Public you can access. We have already discussed so many programs. Okay. So private, this one is clear. This one is clear. Now we are using object reference of the subject class. That means we are using this one. Okay. Now we are using the object reference of which class? Of derived class. That means the subject class. And then we will see whether we can or we cannot. Okay. So I'm just writing this obj1 dot underscore name. obj1 dot underscore name. Okay, so you can do that as well, Rohit. Yes or no? Yes.
I think we have studied OBJ syntax.
Sorry, it is obj1. I didn't understand, Shay, what you are trying to say.
I think we have studied OBJ type of syntax in the backward classes.
See here, obj is just the name of object instance of the class. I can write my name. अगर आपको obj से confusion हो रहा है, I can write my name. Rohit. Okay, now it is fine. I can write Advait, I can write Dibyanshi, I can write Shrey, any name we can write. Okay. Now it is clear, Shrey? Obj is just a name of the obj is just the object instance of the class. We can write any name. The naming convention that we studied in Python class, I think in this third or fourth class, we discussed the naming convention, if you remember. Okay, so using that naming convention, using that naming convention, we can write any name. Okay, so we can use this one, object instance of the which class? Of the derived class. Okay, of the derived class. So we can use this one. Now we are using this one. Object instance of the derived class, and we are accessing which? We are accessing the protect method of the base class. See? So base class is a student or derived class is subject. Object instance of the derived class is Rohit1. From the object instance of the derived class, we are accessing the protected method of the base class. See, so it will work. Okay. But in case of private, it will not work. In case of by default public, it will work. So this section of code is clear. Just an example for the protected access modifier. Okay, just a 2-minute break and just ask your doubt. Think what we have discussed until now. Public, we have discussed a default is public. After that, we discussed a private. After that, we discussed protected with the examples. So just take a 2 minutes break or 2-3 minutes break and just ask your doubts. I am waiting for your response.
Can you scroll all the tags so I can ask some doubts?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Devoisi, Nakul, Akshit, Rizul, Adbit, Shrey, Vedant, Utkarsh, Kusagar. Anyone? Any doubt?
Sir,
Sir, I was a bit late to class, so I didn't want to ask this question. But what exactly is the difference between private and public class? I didn't understand. Like, what was the point of creating that difference?
Okay. See, by default, it is a public. Okay. Private and public, what is the difference? See, from the examples you can understand. See, in this questions, name is an attribute of a class which is public. Okay. And age is an attribute of the class which is private. Okay. I'm just writing here C dot name Rohit Agrawal, and I'm writing as C dot underscore age is equals to 21. Okay. By initially it is 17 and Rohit. Okay. I am running this section of code. And you can see the output. After running this section of code, it is still giving you this output. Name is updated. That means initially we have name Rohit, but now the name is Rohit Agrawal. Initially the age was 17, but now I have updated age 21, but still I have having the output 17. Got it? There we see. Now it is clear.
I mean, sir, it technically didn't answer my question. I didn't understand what happened here. So private attributes only show the initialized value? Is that what you're saying?
No.
And
Not
they
just the
don't show the
initialize.
updates.
What I am saying is that you cannot update the private attributes of the class from the object instance of the class. So for updating these private members, what you need to do, you need to use either name mangling, that means this one. You need to use this name mangling, or you need to use public method of the same class. So using this way, I am updating the private attributes of the class, or using this also, the public method of the same class.
Sir, but what is the point of using private classes in the first place?
Yeah, that is the good question. So it is programmer's choice. Okay. So it restrict your accessing from outside of this class. So if you want to access them, then you need to use these things, name mangling. If you remember in the last class, I think I have told you, I have discussed in the class itself. It is given that it is a private and you cannot access from outside the class, but there are still some ways to access them. If you remember from the last class, I discussed that one. So you try to explore. Clear? Once we have discussed this one, I already told you. Okay, according to this, the member of the class that are declared private are accessible within the class. Private access Modifier is the most secure, but if there are name mangling and there are using that you can access them, and we can also use the public method of the same class as well. Clear? Hello?
sir,
Yes.
sir, I have a doubt.
Ask.
Sir, can you show you the Jupyter notebook where you are explaining about the protected class. Yes sir, this one.
Hmm.
Sir, if you write instead of this pass statement, if you write print self dot underscore name in this, and then you call this class
Here, here,
and object. So what it will give?
yeah, in this line.
No, sir. In the class subject, if you print instead of pass, print self dot underscore name. No, sir. Not in this. In subject class.
Oh, sorry. What you are saying? Self.
Self dot underscore name.
So just a single underscore or double underscore?
Single.
See, self is not defined here. So you need to use, if you remember the inheritance, in this drive class, I did nothing. I just used pass. But if you remember from the previous, I will show you inheritance. Remember this thing? Polygon is a base class or triangle is a derived class, so we use this. But that example that I gave you, I have skipped that things. That's why the self is not defined.
So sir, how can we use this? Like, how can we print this name in this class by using the inheritance?
So we are printing here the name. See, we are printing the name here.
No, sir. Like you have written a print self dot underscore name, and then you pass. If you remove the this pass statement, then will also it give the error or not?
Okay, this pass, then also it will give you error. Then also it will give you error. Past is just nothing.
Sir, like how can we access this in the other class? You have inherited this student class in
See,
the subject.
you are creating the object instance of this class. So you are creating the object instance of this class, and using that object instance of this class, you can access in the inheritance also we discussed. If if we are inheriting a base class in a derived class, so using the object instance of the derived class, we can have access of the parent class, that is the base class. See here. See, this is polygon. This is triangle. Okay. Now in this we are having number of sides or whatever. So we are here passing 3. So this number of sides will become 3. Okay. अब देखिए आप. We have created object instance of this class triangle. ठीक है. I'm using t dot input sides or t dot input sides. So this is in this polygon. So we are accessing them. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. But why it is like giving the error? You have to use def underscore init underscore self to access this.
Def
Inside this
underscore
object
init underscore self.
self.
Okay, after that
This print self.
student dot underscore init underscore self. Okay, now see. Oh, student underscore. Oh, sorry.
Sir, def init and then print that name.
Sorry.
So not this student dot init. If you print the statement in this def init itself.
Then it will give you error. Self is not defined. Self is not defined.
Sir, so like how can we access this name Rohit in the other class?
See, we are accessing them using the object instance of the derived class, using the object instance. Using the object instance of the derived class, we will access them. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Just take a look of the inheritance notes, and then your question, your doubt will be clear. Just look at the notes of the inheritance.
Okay, sir.
Okay. See, if we want to access, we are accessing them. देखिए, we are accessing. यहाँ पे name है, ठीक है. We are the function name and the name, both of them we are accessing using the object instance of that class. ठीक है. Otherwise, or if you still have doubt, then we can have another extra class as well. If any one of you have any doubt in the inheritance. Okay, so now I have another class after 10 minutes. So do you want to ask anything?